but we don't have to. We get to.
Yeah, man, we don't have to. We definitely get to. This is an opportunity of a lifetime, but you have to take Take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime and a lifetime of the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what's going to happen next year? We might be in worse financial situations than we are already in. You know, this is really the best time of our lives to make a change in our lives. Things might get better, but they won't get better unless we make them get better. We can either roll the dice or we can take, preparation and make sure that we put the odds in our own favor so that we can be successful. Because it's not just our livelihood that's at stake here. This is our families. This is generations of our families. This is our grandkids' grandkids. Think of John D. Rockefeller IV. Where would he be like if his dad, if his great-great-grandpa wasn't the man who he was? And John D. Rockefeller was just a son of a low-life salesman who sold basically potions to people that didn't work, that had, like, quote-unquote cures and whatnot. So he didn't even come from money, but, he grew up in the Midwest when the oil was popping, and he was smart because he didn't dig for oil. He created oil refineries because there was less money to be wasted within the refineries. And then from there, he went on to do his thing and monopolize and whatnot. But, that's one generation that he drastically changed the Rockefeller name for the rest of his life. And so this is the opportunity that we get to do the same exact thing. Like, they're going to look back on me and say, yeah, Jordan there, like, his dad worked at United Airlines, for 35 years and did his thing, lower, upper middle class, wherever, somewhere in there type family. Didn't really come from much, just kind of, slaving to get by like everybody else. But, this kid, after he graduated Morehouse College, was able to take advantage of an opportunity, link with some like-minded people, and charge forward to where now his great-great-grandson, is the president of the United States, and he owns his own bank. And it's like, who knows where my family legacy will be, all because of what I'm going to start and what we are starting with Born Royalty, right now today. But the thing is, we don't have to. This is our choice because we have the power. We are kings and queens in our own right. And so are we talking about what we're talking about today?
Yeah, amen, brother. I mean, I'm pumped. You can go ahead and start the call.
Okay, yeah. So today is March 24th, on a beautiful Monday. We are Born Royalty. My name is Prosperous J.O. We are Born Royalty, a success, very exclusive and picky and selective success and achievement club, or our main vision and our main focus and mission is to create the new elite class of young entrepreneurs and put wealth back in the communities, because we honestly believe that if we put the wealth into the hands of the young people with the vision, the young people with the ambition, the energy and the time, and who really want to see change happen, then we can, really impact our communities and our families in the world. And so I'm sure everybody here knows, but our goal for 2014 is to create 5,000 people making at least $100,000 in residual annual income. And that will come to fruition by December 31st, 2014. So today on this training call, which is not mandatory, but whoever is on the call, definitely happy to see you, that you guys are on here. We're going to be talking about purpose. And so LJ is really going to get into the nitty-gritty of it, but I just wanted to kind of set the tone of why it is important that we even think about purpose, because basically you can't know where you're going unless you know where you're going. And what I mean by that is, like, you can start in New York, you can hop on the freeway and head west, and you'll hit California. But, like, when will you hit California? How long will it take you? How many back roads and detours could you have avoided if you would have known your purpose from the beginning? And if your purpose was to get to a place in the shortest amount of time, then you would definitely want to know the exact route that you would want to take in order to get there. And so when we clarify our purpose, a lot of people have quote-unquote purposes. I'm just out here grinding, living my dream. But then, what is your dream? Oh, it's this, this, and that. If you ask them another day, it's something else. And it's because you have to write down your purpose. You have to see it on paper. You have to be able to have some kind of physical manifestation of it, because what that does is it clarifies it in your mind, and it also takes it out of your mind, puts it on paper, and now there's more room in your mind to actually think about how you're going to actually bring that into fruition. And so that's why purpose is definitely so, so important. And a purpose doesn't necessarily have to be a financial goal or anything of that nature, but it could just be the way you want to live your life. Because every day you have to live out your purpose. And if, you're doing things in your life that's not in line with your purpose, then you need to change that, because we don't know what tomorrow brings. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but we all die someday. So why not live life in a way where it's with purpose, with joy. For me, my purpose that I wrote down for myself, and I feel like it's sincere and true to who I am, is to really be an example of a humble servant to God, and doing that just by living a life of joy, laughs, love, smiles, prosperity, risk, exhilaration, excitement, success. And then also along that journey, be able to touch other people and allow them to come to their purpose and do the same thing. And that's just because that's how I like to live life. So on an everyday basis, if I'm not smiling, if I'm not joking with people, if I'm not doing something, risky as far as sports or, anything that has some kind of adrenaline rush, then, I might not feel as fulfilled within that day, because those are the purposes that I drive my life by. And so it's like I know where I'm going because I have my purpose written down and I see it. And then on an everyday basis, I can gauge, okay, was I in line with that, or was I out line with that? So if I'm spending, for myself, I'm spending 4 or 5 hours in a certain day, and I'm watching a lot of listening to audio books or reading books, it's like that might not be super risky and an adrenaline rush, but it's building to my success, it's building to my prosperity and to my growth. So if I was to die tomorrow, I could say that, okay, at least I spent the last hours of my life, taking some knowledge that was, preparing myself for the future. Or I spent the last hours of my life kicking it back with my family, laughing, having fun, and enjoying everything that has to be. So we really want you guys to understand that it's important to have a purpose, because once you have a purpose, you basically, know what you're looking for. You can easily decipher what is and what is not for you. One more thing, the word abuse is a really 2 words, it's abnormal use. And so something as simple as a TV remote, if you don't know the purpose of that remote, you were never taught the purpose of that remote, you could be abusing the remote, using it for abnormal uses. So if you're trying to use your TV remote to turn on your microwave to heat up a Hot Pocket and it's not working, you don't understand just because you're misusing the remote. You're not using it for its original intended purpose. And so same thing goes for our lives. As we begin to understand what our true purpose is, or, I don't really know what my true purpose is, but I feel like I'm getting closer to it, and my purpose will, continue to get refined on the way. But as I put a purpose out there as to how I want to lead and live my life on a daily basis, then I can see, am I abusing, misusing, or am I properly, putting my life into the way for the purpose for which I set out? And so it just helps me to gauge on a daily basis what I'm doing and how far off track am I and things like that. And so right now, I hope that makes sense. I hope that sets the tone. But I'm going to pass it over to Leon X and let him take it from here and really dive into the nitty-gritty on the subject of purpose.
Thank you, Prosperous J.O. Again, this is the Human Liberator, Mr. Born Royalty himself. I just want to make sure that everyone that can hear my voice is aware that if you are not actively pursuing your purpose, you are committing spiritual suicide. I don't know how much of your day is filled with excitement from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head, where you just want to yell and scream and jump up and down and sing that Pharrell Happy song all day. But that's how you feel when you're actively pursuing your purpose. If you feel anything besides that, then you need to sacrifice time and reinvent yourself. Because, like I said, if you're not actively pursuing your purpose, you're committing spiritual suicide. The only person that's going to know your purpose, the only way to find that is to search inner. You have to go to the Creator, the master craftsman, the person who created you, or the being, in order for you to figure out exactly why you're here. What can you do 7 days a week that doesn't feel like work? Big goals. Big goals force you to reach inside of you and pull out what's inside of you. And it's important that when it comes to goals and purpose, we understand the areas in which a specific definiteness of purpose are necessary. So specific purposes within your physical life and your health, then within your family and relationships, within a specific purpose within your finances, purpose within your social encounters, within specific purpose with developing your mentality, specific purpose in career-wise, specific purpose in legacy-wise. We can't abandon those things. Most 97% of people never write down their clear-cut specific goals, and which is the reason why they hit right on. Everyone's winners. What Les Brown says, everyone is a winner. Most people just aim so low that they hit dead on, and there's nothing to get excited about. The power of purpose is so crucial. Actually, if you familiar with Napoleon Hill, he says that definiteness of purpose is the master key to success. Definiteness of purpose is the only way to write your own price tag in life and attain it. Okay, there's a science to success, and it leaves trails. But as Born Royalty Organization, we can't help you achieve all that you want if you haven't clearly defined what you want. For example, I wrote down in 2012, on January 2012, that my specific purpose was to influence the minds of the youth, creating an achievement-driven culture and leading people into a global renaissance. And that sounds like Born Royalty Success and Achievement Club to me. I didn't know the how. It's so important that we figure out the what. Definiteness of purpose is the master key to success. Whatever the mind can believe and conceive, it can achieve, no matter how many times you meet with failure. The greatest power of all that we have is controlling our mind. So when we talk about failure or lack of anything, when we think about poverty, we redirect our mind to those negatives. And we attract those unresirable results. But when you have definiteness of purpose, that's the only thing that consumes your mind. And you're putting yourself in the proper energy vibration in order to attract and achieve the things that you want and you desire. I don't know about you all, but I don't want to be a salesman when it comes to Born Royalty. I don't want to go out and try and sell people the network marketing niche or the network marketing industry like we see so many other people do. I'd rather just attract like-minded individuals with purpose. And so moving forward within our qualifying process, we are not only making sure that they get the proper frame of reference watching the Brian Tracy Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires videos, but they're also going to get some idea of what their purpose is, because majority of people, when you ask them what can they do 7 days a week that doesn't feel like work, they don't know. And that's not safe. Jordan said, like he said, you could roll the dice and be the person at the casino spending their money, or you could own the casino in that type of context, right? The casino knows it's going to make its money because it's rigged. I know that I'm going to achieve all my goals and my dreams and my heart's desires because it's rigged. How did I rig it? I decided what it was. I put all my energies behind it when I wrote it down. And so I carry it with me daily. I read it daily. Anytime my thoughts go astray, I can always revert back to those clear, specific goals. You cannot achieve all you want to achieve unless you activate your endless potential. Don't self-destruct. Without purpose, you will self-destruct. You have to realize your set of specific skills and do what you're called to do, because no one can do it like you. You have to embrace it. What makes Born Royalty valuable is that everyone within our success, very exclusive, very picky Success and Achievement Club is invaluable. each and every one of us are invaluable. Why? Because we took a vow to create our personal legend. We can't create our personal legend without identifying our specific purpose. You have experiences like no one else has ever experienced. You've been from the bottom. We're headed to the top, so you want to be able to articulate your story, and not only articulate it, you want to be able to live it. You want to be able to speak it. You want to be able to see it and live up to it. So we're going to always be settling for average if we don't have purpose. That's the biggest thing. And so the call on Wednesday, everyone's going to just be sharing their particular purposes or their big goals and dreams so we get a bigger, better idea of the people that we are pushing forward with, because it's not enough sometimes just to know that they're like-minded. Specifics are motivating. So that's all I really have. I could go on and on. Leave 10 minutes open for comments or concerns. Pass it to J.O.
Yeah. For anybody who is on the call right now, I definitely hope you took that in and took seriousness to what LJ is saying. A main point that he was saying to me that really stuck out is the fact that most people really don't know what their purpose is or haven't taken time to think about it. And, what that creates is it just creates the society that we live in now, because you see people who are living out their purposes and they're being, very, very successful in their life and for their family, and then, everybody else is just a wandering generality. And that's definitely the cycle that we're trying to break here with Inborn Royalty, because we don't want anybody wandering just thinking that, I'm just trying to sign up people to make some money, because millionaires commit suicide every day, because they're not happy with themselves, with their lives. Money can only buy you so much. It's about really using the money to leverage, so that you can just really live out your passion and do the things that really are going to exhilarate you and make you as happy as possible. So I hope you guys take heed to this conference call about purpose, because it definitely is super